Greetings to you all. This is geofrey.ngosa, the only Zambian nomad in this world. So today I want to talk about racism, and this kind of the content I always try to avoid even talking about, because I don't see, sometimes I used not to see necessary to talk about it, but because of the encounter that I had last week, which prompted me to talk about that this is a time when I have to, there is no another time that I can talk about than this, So what happened was I was with my fellow content creator. We were having I think chai and tea and coffee in one of the restaurants when we were about to shoot a video. Then the Turkish guy came to us and started issuing racism or racist remarks about women, African women, and stuff like that, judging. We tried to even tell him or to reason with him, no man, don't judge people by, if you encounter one person or you've seen or observed, then you don't need to judge people as a group, He insisted and continued. We couldn't even reason more with him. So, and that also made me to remember the thought of Martin Luther King the second, who said that he was dreaming on that day when his children will be living in the society where people will not be judged based on their skin color, but the content of their characters. And also I came to also to remember some wise words which the great Nelson Mandela, the late Nelson Mandela, the president of South Africa, also said the same thing, similar, to say no one was born racist. If they taught them to hate other race, ethnic groups, they can also be taught to love, because no one was born racist. Some people learn to become a racist or being a racist because of maybe certain group that they belong to. So what is racism anyway? So racism is just a discrimination of an individual or a community, of a certain, toward a certain, on the basis of the ethnic groups or community, or a person where belongs or coming from. So that is racism, and they think that they're inferior, and they judge based on that lines because of their skin color. It could be black, white, brown, any color that you can think of. So it was kind of funny to learn from that person, or to hear those racism remarks toward blacks. I'm not saying that all whites are racist, no, and all blacks are criminals or anything that people can accuse you or even judge based on the group. No wonder you need to judge people individually and based on what a person has, the action he has taken, not as the group, and you can categorize them that this is what they are. No one, we are not different. The only difference is the action a person take, the morals, the characters that a person possesses. Those are the things that a person those are the difference that we have as a human being. Who cares about the the amount of pigments in the skin? We are all the same. We are all human beings, you know. So these are some of the things that we encountered with my friend, you know. So it was kind of funny. Of course, sometimes we do encounter some racism, you know, but sometimes we can just see them when people are complaining about. But when you encounter, that's when you even be moved to talk about it. Just like the same thing happened 2 days ago when the loyal representatives, or I don't know the position that a person has in the UK, she was continuously asking the woman or interviewing woman that, where are you coming from? Where is your descendant? Which country are you coming from? Person, because of the skin color, person said, I'm a British, I've born here, I'm a British by birth and I've grown up here. But she insisted on asking where the person coming from, who are our parents and stuff like that, even though she resigned later on. But you know, it's kind of, you know, but you cannot judge that all the people are racist, all white people are racist or what. No, it's some few individuals, and some part of the world, it's kind of normal to them to think that they are better, or think that other people, ethnic groups, or nationalities are worse than them, or they're inferior to them, or they are superior, you know. So this is a kind of a backward thinking, you know, where people think that they are better because of the number of pigment on their the number of pigments on their skin, you know. So if you are new in this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment, you know, and share with your friends, so that we reach many people as possible, and so that the YouTube will recommend this video to others, you know. So for the return subscribers, thank you for coming back, and I appreciate your support, and for coming back and support me. So if you are new, you find that my channel always has I do inspire, and most of the time I tell the story based on the true stories and the things that I encounter. If I encounter anything, or I've heard someone has experienced the same thing, I'll talk about it, so that people will learn from it, you know, and get inspired. If it's to appreciate, I'll do appreciate. If it's to educate people on certain things, I'll do that, you know. So those are the things that you can find in my channel. Check on my playlist, you'll find an interesting videos of different issues that I've covered. So be part of Zambian Nomad. So, you know, those things that I'm talking about, racism and the definition of it, and how people think in those lines, you know, I I don't want to ridicule anybody, not even the racists, you know, because I know that people can change, you know. It's just that some people lack exposure. That's the more reason why they behave like that. They've never encountered with other peoples from different or outside their ethnic groups, nationality, or what. But those who exposed, maybe traveled, or even encounter with people, they will learn people's culture, the way of reasoning and thinking. Then they'll come up with a common ground where they will interact people with them, you know. And they will even come to realize that what they were thinking, the impression they had at first, was wrong, because now they understood, or have one-on-one interaction with that particular ethnics or race or tribes, they will start treating people differently. No wonder Nelson Mandela said people can change, can be taught to love, to and also to treat people equal, not because of their skin pigments or the number of pigments in their skin, on their skin, but also the morals, the values that they give or also contribute to the society. Those are the most important thing that people should also learn from it. So friends, this is just one of those videos I take about if I encounter anything. So I'm here, and I'll have more videos. Yeah, we'll talk about other videos that I want to collaborate with my friends. So I'm just waiting for her to come, then we'll do a video together. So they are not different. The only difference that we have as human beings is just the morals, the characters, how a person take his action, way of the decision making. That's the only difference. We are all human beings, so no one is better than the other. So that was my thought, and it was kind of fun. We tried by all means to and to educate him, but some people are unteachable. If you've learned that, of course, I'm not saying that a person cannot change. A person can change on how to see other people. Maybe because of lack of exposure, maybe the person has never interacted with the other race apart from his own. If you interact with the different races, you will know and understand how their culture, their behavior, how they think, how they reason, and you will find a common ground and how to even mingle with them and embrace them. So it's good to interact with people from different racial, ethnic, tribe, countries, so that you learn by not just judging people by distance. Just say, no, these are just like this. You don't need to do that. No wonder exposure is the most important thing, because once you expose and interact with people, get to know and learn from them, you will never judge people based on their skin color. You understand how they behave, how they reason, and you know how to deal with them and to interact with them and embrace them as we are all human beings. No one is better or worse than the other based on their skin pigments or the skin color. No. Judge people by individual, not as a group. So these are something that people should learn, or the racists should learn, which is difficult for some people to understand and to learn, that we are all human beings. So this is just one of those that I do shoot or talk about the content, because I normally talk about the things sometimes. No wonder if you come to this channel, you learn that I mostly talk about the things, that the stories and things that I encounter with. Sometimes I give inspiration talks, based on what I've observed, that people can do better. All the best in your life. All the best. God bless you.